Okay, so I know I have not made a video in quite a while, but I've been sick and I've been really, really busy. And I was on vacation last weekend for 4 days. And so I've been like busy and sick and out of town and all at the same time. So that's why I've not made a video. And also I haven't had a whole lot to talk about either. So that's another reason I haven't made a video. But now I have stuff to talk about. So anyway, um, I was thinking about a lot of stuff, and so this is something that I really believe in, that everybody needs to listen to this. Everybody needs to pay attention to me right now, because this is really, really important. Chances are you're going to have kids one day, whether you want them or not, whether you intend to have them or not. Chances are, I think like most people have kids. So, you're going to be a parent one day, most likely. Whoever you are watching this, you'll most likely be a parent if you're not already. And I just want to say that it is so, so important. Get me here. It is so important for you to talk to your kids about sex. Like, that is like one of the biggest important things for you to talk to your kids about. Like, I don't even know if you realize how important it is, but you need to talk. I'm going to say it again. Talk to your kids about sex. Damn it. You have to do it. You're the parent. So, anyway, a lot of problems that people face, whether it's sexual problems or not, they start when they're kids. Like, the seeds are sown into their lives when they're children, and they don't even realize it. And a lot of people don't realize it, but that's the way it is. And it comes, things from like rejection, the parents rejecting the child, or suppressing the child, or oppressing the child, or being too bossy, or being too harsh, or abusive, or passive, or whatever. All this stuff can really, really affect the child negatively. Now, of course, no parent is perfect, and nobody expects you to be perfect, but we do expect you to do your job and fulfill your responsibilities. And what are your responsibilities as a parent? That is to teach your children. And part of teaching your children is to prepare them for life, and part of that is to talk to them about sex. Because sex is a part of life. And if you don't prepare them for this part of life, then you are failing in your role as a parent in this area. Now, you can prepare them for, how to take on finances as an adult, how to balance their checkbook as an adult, how to drive. Teach them how to drive, because driving is part of adulthood too. Teach them how to relate with other people well, how to have manners and etiquette, how to eat well at a dinner table, how to do everything. And all part of this is how to control your sexuality and use it in a positive way in society and in your life. So this is like really, really, really important, because it doesn't just affect how they relate to other people, it also affects how they think about themselves and how they perceive themselves. And so, like, it is so, so important for you to talk to your kids about sex. And it's no big deal either. I mean, you've seen me on my videos, I talk about sex and oral sex and anal sex and masturbation and lust and porn and all that, and homosexuality, of course, and all that stuff. And it's not that hard to talk about it. It really isn't. Now, I understand that not everybody's as comfortable as I am talking about it, but as a parent, it is very important for you to, say, forget my fears and my discomforts and everything I think is awkward. My child's future and his sexual and emotional and personal well-being is more important than me feeling comfortable and avoiding my fears. You as the parent, you are required and admonished from God and from society and by your very nature to overcome your fears, to protect your children, and to raise them up properly, and to teach them and prepare them for the future. Okay? That is so, so important. I mean, if they go into life not prepared financially, then by the time they get into college or move out on their own, they're going to go into debt. They'll get credit cards thinking, hey, free money and I can just pay it off over time, but hey, there's interest. And if they don't realize that, if they were never taught that, if they're never taught how to handle their finances, then they will be financially destitute the rest of their lives, or at least troubled financially the rest of their lives. And so they need to be taught from an early age how to balance a checkbook and how to handle credit and how to handle a paycheck. And they also need to be taught from an early age how to act in public so they don't make asses of themselves and embarrass themselves in front of everyone. And so that when they get older, they can make friends easier and get better job promotions and get along well better at work and in society and go on better dates and such as that, and probably get a better spouse when they grow up. They need to be prepared for that. And if you don't teach them about sex from an early age, they will hit puberty in their teen years and not know how to handle it. And we see this all the time. We see kids having sex, like the average age of losing your virginity is something like 15. I mean, come on. Kids are not ready to handle the emotional responsibilities associated with a sexual relationship. And yet they're out there experimenting around with it. Why? Because they don't know how else to handle these feelings. Why do they not know how to handle it? Because they were never taught. And public school, I mean, I don't really have anything against education and public education, but I don't feel that that is the place for a child's primary sexual education. I think the child's primary, foremost, and most important education on sexual matters should be in the home, coming from the parent or legal guardian or whoever. It is so important. I mean, I started looking at porn when I was like 12 or 13, and I didn't do it because I was horny, and I didn't do it because my friends pressured me into it. I did it because I knew it was available, so I got online, and I wanted to learn what sex really was. I did not know what sexual intercourse was. Why? Because I was never taught it. I was never taught what sex was, and so I found out through porn. No child should have to find out what sex is by watching porn, okay? Parents, it is your responsibility and yours alone to talk to your kids about sex. Everyone knows you've masturbated, okay? Everyone knows that their parents have had sex. So we all know that you know what sex is. We all know that you know what masturbation is. We all know that you know what porn is and what it's like to lust, because we're all human, we're all people, and we all struggle with the same stuff. We all deal with it because sexuality is a part of humanity. And so you need to get over it. You need to get over your fears, and you need to get over your awkwardness and your discomfort and say, you know what, my child's future and his well-being is more important than my fears. So sacrifice your fears and go talk to your kids about sex right now. Go do it right now. Go say, you know what, son, you are 13. I know you're, fucking horny right now. Sorry. And I understand what it's like to be like that because I was there too. And here's how you can handle it. Here's how, I don't want to tell you what to tell your kids. But if you believe that masturbation is sin, teach them about masturbation and why it's sin. If you don't think it's sin, if you think it's okay, talk to them about how to handle it responsibly. And as an adult, talk to them about how to handle pornography and lust and how to deal with it in a godly manner. Talk to them how to handle a sexual relationship in an adult, mature, godly manner. And talk to them about marriage and relationship with the same and opposite sex. And talk to them about homosexuality and their personal perspective of themselves and their sexual orientation and everything. Just talk to them about everything, because chances are they're dealing with it because they're faced with it every single day. In the world, at school, everywhere. So go talk to your kids about sex right now. Call them up, get them into the room, whatever. Just say, you know what, sex talk now. And it shouldn't be like a one-time thing. It should be an ongoing thing. So go talk to your kids about sex right now, and talk to them about it again tomorrow, and a month from now, and next week, and a year from now, and all the time until they get it. Okay? So that's all. I love you. Mwah. Goodbye.